Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to MaxSpeedTV. As tonight we are here at the old Daytona, the bumpy Daytona. That is the Daytona International Speedway, the one, the only 2007 version, and it is going to be a great race here tonight as the OP Racing Super Speedway Series presents the Omni Feed Supply 250. And I'll tell you what, it is going to be exciting from start to finish. We got 3 stages and we got 2 commentators. Tonight's commentator is myself. My name is KR Solfus, and in the booth with me I have one person I'd like to introduce. I almost called him something else, but we'll stick with person. His name is Steve Baker. Steve, how you doing out there tonight?
Doing great tonight, KR. Thanks for having me.
Well, Steve, we partnered up for the Daytona 24-hour event just this last weekend, and got to talk a lot with you, and here you are now joining me in the broadcast booth for the OP Racing Super Speedway Series.
Yeah, we have definitely spent a lot of time here at Daytona this weekend, and we were on the road course on the new configuration, but stepping it back to the, like you said, the 2007 version. Tonight, a lot bumpier of a track and the oval configuration. So one of the first super speedways you see when you join iRacing. So a lot of people on the oval side have time here, and looking forward to a good race out of these guys.
We are all looking forward to a good race here at Daytona, and this track usually produces some of the best racing from this league, as it is so bumpy, you do have to be very respectful of the space around you, your competitors. You got to know what's going on around you at all times. Steve, what's your background in racing?
Well, for about the past 8 years or so, I've done a little bit of late model racing here and there, a little bit of modified racing in real life, and then been on iRacing for a number of years and run about everything you can run on the oval side here on iRacing.
Well, very cool, man. Happy to have you out here for tonight, and I'm looking forward to this as well. To catch you guys up on a little bit here, Chase Berry, last week's race winner. Chase Berry doing a spectacular job. He might be able to show us how to qualify in reverse here again tonight. Also, Steve, I don't know if you know this or not, but these guys are going to be doing single car qualifying here. That's going to take place in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, single car qualifying here tonight, and you know the key to that is making sure you can build up enough speed and as much speed as possible on those opening few laps of qualifying, and staying on the top groove until you actually hit your money lap and be in that last lap on track.
They are going to be ripping that high side, so to speak, for the first warm-up lap, and then 2 laps of 1 lap of qualifying, and then the second lap they're going to drop down to the yellow line.
Yeah, and last time this group of guys were here in the 2007 configuration was December 17th. Rick Seabrans was the one who brought home the pole in that race, so I look for him to be fast tonight as well.
Rick was an addition mid-season last season. Shows up, wins his first race here. It was quite the spectacular showing.
Yeah, I've run a number of races with Rick, and you know, he always has raced clean around me, and always puts on a show. And speaking of the last pole winner here, last time we had a race here, it was Stephen Herman who brought home the win.
Yeah, Stephen Herman picking up the win just a couple weeks ago, his first win in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. And it was a dramatic win nonetheless. And great job to Stephen. We'll see if he can pull off the repeat here, as we're looking at the final 20 seconds here of practice. And then we're going to kick over into qualifying. Before we head into practice, our top 10 looks like Scott Bellum right now, with Cody Leavitt and the 46 Kelly Milam, Aspen Belvin, and in 5th place, James Mayer in that 95 machine. As I said, qualifying will be coming up next. Don't forget, next Monday, January 28th at 7:50 p.m. Central Time, the OP Racing Super Speedway Series will be at Talladega. And then tomorrow, January 22nd, the RFC Vapor Trails Clothing Truck Series will be at 5 Flags. So make sure you tune in for those 2 races coming up here within the next week. And Steve, these guys getting ready to hit the track for qualifying. As a driver who is familiar with this bumpy Daytona, how do you control the wheel to make sure you get the best lap time possible?
I usually like to bump up my steering ratio for qualifying here. That way I can just have it as smooth as possible. You don't have to worry about anybody else on track during qualifying here with these single car runs, so you don't really have to worry about avoiding anyone else. So I usually like to bump it up to maybe a 14 or 16 to 1. That way you can have as little wheel input as possible. Be very smooth. You know, I think getting a top time here is going to be all about who's the smoothest on the wheel, and not jerking it around in the corners.
Well, Derek Conley is one of the first ones out on track in this 28 machine. Conley looking solid week in and week out in qualifying, but having a hard time finding a way to finish these races.
Yeah, and one thing you're going to see tonight, like you were saying, the bumpy track here in the 07 version, man, it's probably the toughest out of the 3 super speedways, just because of the bumps. But like you said, people go in knowing that they tend to leave a little bit more room here, since it is so bumpy. But man, it is easy to catch yourself in a wreck here if you're not paying attention at all times.
All right, the 28 machine, one of the first ones on the clock. Kelly Milam in the 46. He is also now got his warm-up lap completed. They're all running that high side. Gonna try and burn off as much fuel as possible, make this track as long and as big as possible. And it works. The guys who do it better are the ones who can get closer to the wall.
Yeah, that's the trick, is getting as close as possible without catching a 0 or a 1x and disqualifying your time, but it definitely pays off when you're able to do it well.
Kelly Milam in the 46 machine, looking for his first win of this season. Was a chase contender last season, made it all the way into the final round, just came up a little bit short. Aspen Belvin, our championship winner last season. Belvin right now trying to see where he is doing. He has not hit the track yet in the 84 machine, but he will be out there shortly. And Josh Milam in the 7. Milam is part of our FSR Fuel Sim Racing team. Father and son duo, that 7 and 46. And right now, Josh Milam sitting in second as Derek Conley in the 28 currently on the top spot.
Yeah, 6 cars have a lap down so far. Still a lot of cars still yet to hit the track. So we're going to see that leaderboard shake up here in the next few minutes.
Ernie Williams Jr. in the 91 machine. Right now he is in 5th place. Ernie Williams, a little tidbit about him, was just at the Chili Bowl. He was there running a iRacing simulator booth. So he's back after a long haul from Tulsa. Glad to see him out here tonight. I wondered if he would make it here. And here he is. Ernie Williams in that 91. Always a car to keep an eye on. Scott Bellum in the 07 machine. Right now he is posted as 4th quick, as Ernie Williams in that 91 is going to jump to the top spot. That is moving Derek Conley well down the order. Josh Milam in 2nd. DJ Mitzel right now sitting in 3rd.
And Ernie Williams Jr. already has a win on the season so far this year. It's coming at the new Daytona, so I'm sure he'd like to add a win to the old configuration as well.
Right now we're watching the 184 of Lynn McNeese. Lynn riding that high side, trying to get as much heat in the tires, as much fuel burned off, get that car as light as possible. Lynn McNeese running that 184 Western Auto paint scheme. I'll tell you what, that paint scheme brings back memories for me. Darrell Waltrip was a fun driver to watch while he had that Western Auto paint scheme on his car.
Yeah, Darrell always quite the character at the track and now in the booth. Yeah, he definitely used to wheel that machine around, especially at Bristol in the short tracks.
Lynn McNeese right now in 12th place on the speed charts. We have a new pole sitter. That is the 8 machine of Cody Ober, running the Autism Awareness puzzle piece machine. He has been quick all year long in this season. Right now he is sitting on the top spot. Travis Elliott in the 51. White and green Monster Energy machine. Right now he is 10th on the charts.
I'm just looking over the running order here now. We've got the top 10 machines all within 1/10. Or, yeah, excuse me, 1/10 of the leader. So a very tight field here for these guys.
Very close competition for qualifying, as is usual on a super speedway track. Mostly because there isn't a whole lot of differentiation. Is that a word? Well, it is now. There's not a whole lot of differences in the lines you take for qualifying. All right, right now we only have 1, 2, 3 cars out on track. One of those cars is the 71 of Squirmin' Herman. Old Squirmin' Herman, that is Steven Herman. Right now he is coming down that front stretch, going through the tri-oval here. Squirmin' Herman looking to log his first lap, and it is a 51.039. Now he's going to drop down to that yellow line, try and hug that as close as possible.
And you see him just above that yellow line going through 1 and 2, and stays right above it going down the back straightaway. Sometimes in that line you can avoid some of those rough bumps at the very bottom of the edge of the track. Keep your momentum up. Go through 3 and 4 here, right down on the yellow line, comes up just a bit. See what kind of lap time he puts down here.
And Squirmin' Herman in that 71 machine gonna jump up to 12th. And guys, with that, we're gonna step away and play our national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As the drivers are taking to the grid here tonight, that means it's time to go through our starting lineup right here on Max Speed TV. Row number 1 will be none other than the 8 of Cody Ober and Ernie Williams Jr. in the 91 machine. Row 2 will be the 7 of Josh Milam and the 30 of Todd Poston. Row 3, the 61 of DJ Mitzel and the 184 of Lynn McNeese. Row 4 with a race win this season, the 14 of Cody Eldred and the 39 of Jacob Gadam Sayers. Row 5, Scott Bellum in the 07 machine and the red, white, and blue painted face, Derek Conley in the 28 machine. Row 6 is the 38 of Cody Leavitt and Squirmin' Herman, who will be looking for his second win this season. Row 7 will be the 46 of Kelly Milam, and the 15, Mr. Excitement himself, Alex Green. Row 8 will be the 51 of Travis Elliott, and the 62 of Les Levy. He likes it when I give him that long E there, Steve. Row 9 is going to be the 95 of James Mayer and the 4 of Rick Seabrins. Row 10 will be the 9 of Josh Spalding and the 42 of Chris McCullough.
Next up in row 11, we've got Mark Vega in the 1, or excuse me, Kenneth McCullough Jr. in the 89, and Joshua Durham in the 88 car. The next row back, we've got the 11 of Chase Berry looking for another win on the season in 23rd, and in 24th, the number 2 of David McCullough. Starting 25th is the 00 of Dwayne Cooper, and in 26th, the 84 of Aspen Belvin. Starting 27th, we've got Brad Ray in the 128, and in 28th is Brandon Beckrow in the 104 car. 29th is David Overstreet in the 02. And iRacing saying Josh Spalding, but you said he's qualified up ahead. And then 31st, we've got Dustin German in the 33. Brian Beach is 32nd in the 18, and Thomas Light in the 57 in 33rd.
That's your starting lineup with just a few little discrepancies. Sometimes our timing and scoring isn't quite the same as what shows up on the overlays. But you know what? Regardless, we're getting ready to go green flag racing. Cody Ober on the front row. Here we go. Pace car is way. Green flag is out, and we are underway for the Omni Feed Supply 250 right here at Daytona. Cody Ober getting through the gearbox very nicely, while the 91 of Ernie Williams is trying to get a good run on him on the outside. Williams with some help from Todd Poston, but the 7 of Josh Milam right there to push the 8 out in front.
Yeah, 2 by 2 still all the way back. It looks like 6 rows. We've got a car down on the apron looking to drop back. The number 8 of Cody Ober still in the lead. Still with the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. on his outside. He's being pushed by Josh Milam in the 7. Ernie Williams has the number 30 of Todd Poston right behind him.
Drivers ripping it through 3 and 4 here, coming around to complete the first lap. Cody Ober on the inside with the nose out in front. He is going to be your first lap leader. And I'll tell you what, Cody Ober, he's hungry for a win. He's a great person to have push you, but he's also one of those drivers who, if he gets a nose for the lead, he's going to be hard to pass here.
Yeah, we're going to see him out front now. He's got nobody on the outside, but the 91 does creep back up on the back straightaway now. Going to be tough to make a pass from the outside. You're going to have quite a bit of momentum help pushing behind you to make that pass.
We're going to go on board with Cody Ober as he is trying to ride this bumpy 07 Daytona. Looking out the back, you can see Josh Milam. You can see just how much these cars are moving around on this track. These competitors are going to have a tough time all night long holding on to these steering wheels.
Yeah, we're seeing just how bumpy this track is here on the bottom of 1 and 2. Slides up just a bit through the corner exit. Now we've got another car on the bottom side. That's the 7 car of Josh Milam on the inside of the 8.
All right, watching these drivers work their way around the track here. Right now, the field very much in order with two distinct grooves, one high, one low.
Yeah, you usually see fields even out a little bit and sometimes get single file by now, but we're pretty much 2 by 2 all the way back with just a slight gap in the middle of the field. These guys keeping it pretty tame so far in these opening laps.
Very tame, as is usually the case here in the Daytona 07 track, mostly because drivers don't want to get very close to each other while they're bumping. You got to give a lot of room here while you're doing all you can just to hold the car to the track.
Yeah, especially, and if you hit one of those bumps too badly in a bad spot, it will definitely bottom out the car, sometimes send you up into the top lane. So like you said, these guys being as careful as possible, giving as much room as possible that you can do here, and trying to keep it clean for as long as they can.
Field right now working lap number 5, coming around to complete that. Cody Ober gonna lead his 4th lap of this race. The 7 machine of Josh Milam being scored with 1 lap led so far in our 5 completed laps.
Yeah, Cody Ober doing a great job on the top side at holding the lead, and able to stay out front on the top is quite a feat here on any super speedway track.
Trying to run through the field here and looking and seeing where everyone is at. I do want to point out that Chase Berry, last week's race winner in the 11 machine, is currently in 26th. He is right now one of the cars at the tail end of this lead group. Chris McCullough in the 42 right in front of Chase Berry. These guys hanging out at the back, but they have not lost the draft of this lead pack.
Yeah, and definitely a viable strategy on super speedways is to hang out at the back. It's a long 100-lap race here, 2.5 miles around this track. So still a ton of time left in this race, and might just be back there hanging out, trying to avoid any danger that might happen early on in the race.
Alex Green in the 15 machine. I called him Mr. Excitement. He's been a favorite driver of mine to watch, maybe not necessarily to race against, but he loves to put that 15 machine in dangerous positions, and he most of the time will find a way to come out alive without causing an accident. I like him as Mr. Excitement because you never know what's going to happen next, but right now he's on the inside line right behind the 07 of Scott Bellum and right in front of the 46 of Kelly Milam.
Yeah, sitting right in the middle of the pack right now is Alex Green in the 9th position, and being right in the middle in the in a draft is sometimes a dicey situation.
Field working through the tri-oval cleanly here. Top 3 right now: Cody Ober, Josh Milam, Ernie Williams. Again, this is stage racing. Stage number 1 is going to end when this field crosses the start-finish line on lap 25. So these drivers, as they get closer to that lap 25 mark, we're going to start seeing some more moves, some more bolder moves. Could create some tension between the drivers. But right now, so far, we have been clean and green for the first 9 laps. We are on to lap number 10. This has been some great racing so far here tonight.
Yeah, I'm very close here up front. These 2 leaders up here have been side by side for the best 5 or 6 laps just about. And Cody Ober still looks to have a little bit of an advantage on the top side. using that side draft to help. You'll see him creep down and get right on the door of that 7 car, and it'll bring him right back around. 7 pokes out right in front just a little bit. Back on the outside comes the 8. Gets such a great run there off the corner.
Time and time again, we've seen that outside line really get a full head of steam down the straightaway, but lose a lot of that steam as they go through the corner. That inside line just very dominant through the corners. The outside line where you want to be down the straightaway.
Yeah, and we see now the inside line has about 3 more cars tucked in, or did that last lap by, than the outside line. That outside line's getting a little broken up, a little more broken up than the inside line right about now. And if that continues, we're definitely going to see that outside line kind of drop back and lose some momentum.
Coming around to complete lap 11, almost to the halfway point of the end of stage number 1. That'd be a good time to talk about our race analysis. We do have a beautiful day here to be racing at Daytona. The track temp is a nice and slimy 108 degrees, so these drivers not only dealing with these bumps, but now they're dealing with a little bit of a high track temperature, so that will take its wear on the tires. This is a 100-lap race for 250 miles. I did the math on that, so probably, if I'm going to be honest, it's wrong. Tire window right around 50 laps, fuel window as well. Pit road speed will be 55 miles an hour here tonight. You know, we have the fuel window at 50 laps, tire window at 50 laps. And these drivers, when they come down pit road, they're all going to be taking tires, taking fuel.
Yeah, if there's any of the super speedways you're going to want tires on, it's definitely this Daytona. It's going to wear out those tires quick, hitting all those bumps and that old asphalt.
And I have to change our fuel number here, as I was given wrong information. It is right around 20 laps on a fuel window.
That's going to be interesting to see with the stage ending at 25, just when these guys are going to pit, if there's going to be any strategy call to try and pick up a stage win, given that the fuel window is just short of the stage.
Cody Ober right now leading the most laps at 10. Josh Milam with 3 laps led. So Cody Ober running that high side, hooking up with the 91 of Ernie Williams. Ernie Williams, a FSR driver. Cody Ober, part of the GOP Racing DEI wannabes. So those two aren't even teammates, and right now they're hooking up and working together very well. Todd Poston in the 30 machine. If you guys would like, you can check out Todd Poston on Facebook. He live streams these races to Facebook. Hit him up, see if you can find him. Another couple live streams have been provided down below in the broadcast description. One of those is the 7 machine of Josh Milam. So if you would like to check out an onboard live stream, make sure you check out the links provided down below for that. While you're down there, don't forget to give this YouTube video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so. That way you know where to find all the best racing action coming at you. Not only that, but the Omni Feed Supply and our sponsors are provided down below as well. These guys doing a great job turning laps here. So far, everyone's been very respectful, and I haven't really seen a lot of cars passing. We do have cars breaking away for pit stops.
Yeah, seeing them early. Still 10 laps to go in this stage, and just like I was saying a minute ago, were we going to see some cars pull out early? And we did. We see one car bobble and drop down to the apron here on the entry to 1.
Trying to look for that car. Did you see who it was?
Yeah, let's see. If I can find him. I believe it was Steven Herman.
Squirmin' Herman. Well, looks like he's sorted it out in that 71 machine. He's gotten back up on track. But these guys probably will be hitting pit road the next time by. But we do see a little bit of an early pit stop here by this first group that has hit pit road. They're trying to get away. Aspen Belvin in the 84, the first one off of pit road, but he's so far ahead that Travis Elliott in the 51 not able to catch up to him.
Yeah, and that's something you definitely want to coordinate here on these green flag pit stops, is making sure you've got someone coming with you and someone leaving with you. That way you don't get hung out to dry by yourself, because you'll lose a lot of time to the pack, especially since the majority of drivers have not pitted yet. They're still in that big group.
And Aspen Belvin coming back down pit road must be serving a penalty here.
Yeah, that's going to be huge under green flag racing.
Cody Ober in the 8 coming around to charge through the tri-oval. Aspen Belvin backing back into his pit stall, so not only was he serving a penalty, but he also missed his pit box to start that penalty service time. So losing a lap here and then some. Not a great sequence for the 84, our inaugural season champion.
Yeah, tough break for him early on in this race, but still a lot of time left. We've still got 2 stage breaks and the possibility of a caution at any time. So he could find himself getting some luck back from those, but definitely not how you want to start the race off.
Cody Ober, another lap led so far. Stage 1 been dominated by Cody Ober.
Yeah, we've seen him move back down to that bottom lane, and Ernie Williams Jr. gets a great run there through 1 and 2. He's being pushed by that Western Union 184 of Lynn McNeese. Ernie Williams going to take over the lead here going into turn 3. He drops down to the bottom. Hangs that 184 out to dry.
Ernie in the 91 probably starting to think about hitting pit road. Here comes Cody Ober in the 8. He's bringing a bunch of them with him. Brakes locking up. Oh man, here we come. First row of major pit stops. The 14 of Cody Eldred gonna beat the 8 on pit road.
Yeah, that braking zone is very important here for green flag pit stops. You can make up a lot of time from people taking it way too easy. We see that right there with the 14 making a great entrance on the pit road.
That has Ernie Williams in the 91 out front, who has led 2 laps now. Lynn McNeese in the 184, though, challenging on the outside. Not a lot of help from the 39 of Jacob Sayers, who is trying to get there. But the 91 and the 7, Fuel Sim Racing, they're going to break away for pit road here. So another group peeling off, hitting the pit stops. The 62 of Les Levy, one of those as well.
Yeah, the second half of that pack ducking down pit road, still leaving a handful of cars out on track. With Lynn McNeese, your leader.
Lynn McNeese leading this. Jacob Sayers in the 39, all by himself on the outside lane, trying to side draft. Here comes the 51 of Travis Elliott. Elliott, the first car, 1 lap down. He wants to hold on to that spot. Wait very patiently for that caution end and hope that no one else gets lapped, as here comes the rest of the field. All the leaders now breaking away for pit road. Jacob Sayers hard on the brakes.
Yeah, slides it into pit road. That's going to leave the 51 of Travis Elliott back out on track by himself as the rest of that pack comes down pit road.
The 51 of Travis Elliott gonna get that lap back the hard way, as he has made his pit stop. He is able to stay out there till the end of the caution. He will not need a free pass this way, but he has still got a lot of ground to make up. Our race leader right now is the 88 of Josh Durham. Todd Poston in the 30 in second, but these guys have got to get up to speed, because here comes the 14 of Cody Eldred and Cody Ober hot on his tail. Here they come, this lead pack bringing it around. Rick Seaburns in the 4. He's going to be one to watch all night long. And the 15 of Alex Green all hooking up on the high side, passing Cody Eldred quite easily.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about with the pack. You can see just how easily they were able to get by Cody Eldred coming around that corner with just the momentum of having so many cars pushing you, and that's going to put Cody Ober back out to the lead.
The 88 of Josh Durham is your leader right now, but he is going to get gobbled up by everyone that is hooked up in a pack. We did see Ernie Williams get into the outside wall. No caution yet. We are coming to the end of this stage. 2 laps left in this thing.
Yeah, and these guys up front have such a good run going. A little bit close there between the 7 and the 15. Almost contact. Got Cody Ober retaking the lead over the 88. Rick Seaburns in second. Alex Green running third. He's going to duck down to the bottom.
Alex Green making a move to the inside here. Doesn't have any help just yet as the 7 of Josh Milam a little bit far away. But Alex Green, he says, I don't care. I'm moving to the inside. Here he comes for the lead. Alex Green in the 15, Cody Ober in the 8. Now Josh Milam is there. One more lap in this stage. Here we go, folks. Place your bets now. Who is going to win this thing?
You called it when you said Mr. Excitement.
Yeah, he finds a way to get that car to the front. And that 15 machine right now has got a shot at winning stage number 1. But Cody Ober on his outside. 2 teammates here battling for the stage win as they are working that inside and outside lane. Josh Milam in the 7, Rick Seaburns in the 4. How well those 2 push could decide who's going to win this stage. Right now, the 15, Alex Green, working it off of turn number 4. Cody Ober with the momentum. Ober's got a nose. We're going to go 3 wide, and Cody Ober looks like he got across the start-finish line first. And there is the caution. But I'm going to have to wait for race control to give me the information on that one, because it absolutely looked like Cody Ober, but was way too close for me to call.
Yeah, it seemed like Cody Ober there, but still, what a move by Mr. Excitement, like you said, Alex Green, to make a move by himself, drop below those 3 cars that he was running with, got a little help from the 7th, and put himself in a position to maybe win that stage.
And race control confirms the 8 of Cody Ober picking up the stage win here at Daytona for the Omni Feed Supply 250. Stage number 1 is gonna go to the 8 machine of Cody Ober. And let's see if we can get a quick word in with Cody Ober in the 8. Cody, you got your ears on, bud?
I do.
Man, you picked up stage win number 1. Alex Green on your inside, 2 teammates fighting for it. This race so far has been a great one. How's it feel up front?
Oh, it feels great, you know. I mean, besides the roller coaster ride of Daytona 07, but hey.
Well, 25 laps, and of those 25, you led 15. That includes a pit stop in there. How strong are you feeling here tonight?
So far, I feel great. I didn't like the bottom line all that much, so I jumped up there with Ernie, and he did a heck of a job pushing. And then we did the green flag pit stop, and then I got Rick behind me, and he just shoved the daylights out of me to get past everybody. So it was a fun ride.
Well, Rick Seaburns, no stranger to plate racing in that 4 machine, always a stout one. Glad to have him behind you, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, especially when I saw Alex drop low, and I knew it was going to be a fun battle with my teammate to see who could get the stage, but I was confident with Rick behind me.
All right, Cody, you're on pit road. We're going to let you focus on that, man. Good luck to you, and hopefully stage number 3 will be yours as well here tonight.
I can only hope.
That is Cody Ober in the 8 machine, picking up stage win number 1, as he is going to kind of get into his pit box a little dirty there, but crew is able to service him. And the 15, Alex Green, fuel only for Alex Green. He's going to come out in front. Cody Ober going to lose a lot of ground, as it looks like Ober took 4 tires. He is going to be the first one off pit road with 4 tires, but Alex Green, first one off pit road, and I don't even think he took tires.
Yeah, just a quick splash and go, it seems, from that 15 machine. Going to put himself out front.
All right, guys, while we get everything reset, we're going to step away for a minute, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As the lights have gone out on the pace car, Alex Green in the 15, your new race leader, after stopping for only left side tires. He is going to be out front, the control car for this restart. The 30 of Todd Poston gonna be on his outside for this. And then the 61 of DJ Mitzel and the 07 of Scott Bellum will make up row number 2. Cody Ober, our stage 1 winner. First car out there on 4 fresh tires. So we're gonna get a good idea of how well those tires work. Cody Ober got a little work to do. But I'll tell you what, 4 tires this early, not a bad idea, not a bad call. Neither is 2 tires. It's gonna let you know how this race is gonna play out, especially in a late caution if we get that.
Yeah, a few varying strategies here. We're going to see just how much being up front will help. We didn't really see a ton of movement up front until those green flag pit stops. Like you said, the 15 staying out, getting fuel only. So we're going to see him start this runoff from the front. We're going to see the 8 car of Cody Ober. Going to have to start back in the field a little bit, just in 5th place. So going to see if he can get his car back up front and see how he does in traffic.
The restart has been waved off. The lead or wave around cars not able to get caught up to the back of the pack. So we're going to go around one more time as the lights came on the pace car and now have gone back off. I do want to make sure I thank everybody for joining us tonight here for the Omni Feed Supply 250. If you're wondering what the Omni Feed Supply is, go ahead and check them out at the link provided down below in the broadcast description here on YouTube. That is from Jordan Wright. Jordan Wright, a member of this league, started this Omni Feed Supply as a high school project, and it has grown into something so much more. So guys, make sure you do check out that Omni Feed Supply, as Jordan Wright, a race winner here in the OP Racing Series and a regular contender, unable to race with us tonight and here for the next few weeks, but we hope he can make a quick return as he's got a schedule change going on and he hopes to make it back here before too long.
One other driver I'd like to point out before we get under green here is the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. ran up front, qualified second, ran up front that entire first stint. He's back in 15th position this go around.
Ernie Williams got the wall a little bit before the end of the stage, had him drop back. Got a lot of cars on the inside line, but every driver is on the lead lap here. Nobody is a one lap down. So here we go. Pace car getting ready to peel off. Alex Green in control of the field. Green flag is out and we are underway here once again to start stage number 2. This stage will end on lap 50.
Great restart there by Alex Green and DJ Mitchell pushing right behind him. They get out in front of Todd Poston in that 30, and you see the 61 slide up to that outside lane already. Strong move down the back straightaway from the 61 machine.
Cody Ober giving a good shunt to the 15 of Alex Green. They're going to charge into turn number 3 with a full head of steam.
15 and 61 side by side. Cody Ober pushing that 15 machine, trying to make his way back up to the lead. He's got 4 fresh tires.
Josh Milam in the 7th, third car on the inside line, but your race leader right now by just a little bit is Alex Green, the 61 of DJ Mitchell, running the yellow French's machine. He is on that outside line doing a great job leading Todd Poston through 1 and 2. Down this long back stretch they go.
Cody Ober glued to the back bumper of that 15 Napa Auto Parts machine going into turn 3.
We
Still
go
out front.
We go on board with Cody Ober in the 8 machine, and you see just how much he has to work this wheel through the corner here at Daytona. This is the bumpy Daytona, and I'll tell you, this is my favorite super speedway to be on, because you actually have to get those elbows up and get up on the wheel, get up on top of the car, and drive like you are driving for all you're worth. As the 8 of Cody Ober, well, I thought maybe for a second there from this onboard shot he was going to try and get underneath the 15 of Alex Green.
Yeah, Alex Green slid up there just a little bit, and you can see from that in-car view just how much vision he has. Not a lot when you're staring at the rear bumper of the car in front of you.
Very, very difficult to see out of these things. These guys are going to be doing it for 100 laps here. We are on lap 33 of 100. This stage, we may or may not see a pit stop. It depends on how hard on the throttle they are going to be. Some drivers might be able to make it, some may not, and a lot of that is due to when the green flag dropped, right at about lap 30 or 31. I don't quite remember which, but it's going to be very, very close. But I will tell you, if Alex Green's going to stay out front and keep leading this thing, he is going to be one of the drivers that will have to pit.
Yeah, you'll see these front drivers have to come and take fuel. Kind of an advantage of being in the middle of the pack. You can ride that throttle a little lighter, save a little fuel. With the fuel being so close here to that second stage mark, we've already seen a 3-wide finish to stage 1, so I'd imagine we'll have quite an exciting finish here for stage 2 and for the ending of the race.
Across the start finish line, Alex Green leading his 6th lap here tonight. DJ Mitzel, so far, he is just doing all he can to get that 61 out there, but only being credited with a 1-lap lead. And Cody Ober pushing the 15. Those two working it very well. They were side by side for the end of the stage. Now they're nose to tail. And remember, the 8 of Cody Ober, he took 4 tires. He's the first car on 4 fresh tires. Right now, it looks like it's done him a nice job as he has managed to get into the 2nd position on that inside lane.
Yeah, and a strong run here from the 61, gonna lead this lap this time by. Being pushed by the 30 of Todd Poston. And really that 8 car, Cody Ober, he's looked strong all night so far. I gotta think if he's out front in that last stage, he's gotta be the car to beat.
All right, guys, we've been talking a lot about the front, but I want to run to the back here right now. Looking at a 4-car group, last car out on track. That is the 84 of Aspen Belvin. We saw Aspen with some issues. However, that stage-ending caution that came out allowed him to get back on the lead lap. Chase Berry in the 11. He is also out there in that black and white and red Lego machine. Chase Berry, last week's race winner. He likes to hang out at the back of the field, but this is going to be one to watch come alive in the 3rd stage. And right now, Chase Berry riding around right behind the rookie, Cody Leavitt. Cody Leavitt, a rookie here in the 38. A rookie in the Super Speedway Series, but no stranger to victory lane as he picked up a win in the OP Racing Throwback Series that runs on Friday night. If you guys are looking for a throwback to 2001 NASCAR, make sure you click the link down below here in the description. This OP Racing is recruiting for their throwback series, and if you would like to try and get in on the broadcast here on Monday nights, you got to join the feeder series. You can find them as well in the league tabs. That link provided for you also. Make sure you check that out. So right now, great racing from start to finish so far, Steve.
Yeah, it's been absolutely clean all the way through this one so far. Few cars with just a little bit of damage, but really nobody is looking out of it so far. We've had, like you said, the 84 machine of Aspen Belvin recover from his pit road mistakes already back on the lead lap, so anybody's still in it here.
Field still side by side for the most part. David McCullough in the 2. He is the last car in this lead pack. And right now he is pushing the 88 of Josh Durham as these guys are trying to make a run on the outside here and get nose to tail with this pack. The 02 also part of these guys, that is David Overstreet. He is the last car on that inside line. Overstreet, a rookie here in the OP Racing Series. And right in front of Overstreet is the 71 of Squirmin' Herman. Cody Ober still your race leader in the 8 machine. Alex Green now on the outside.
Yeah, Alex Green still on those old tires. An advantage for Cody. Looking at stage 2, he's already got fresh tires the first pit stop. We could see him risk it and stay out and take just fuel this next stop. The last stint, or last stage, rather, we're definitely going to see some green flag pit stops, so a lot of strategy left in this one.
Cody Eldred in the 14 machine. Eldred picking up the race win at which was a very tumultuous Talladega. The lights did not come on. It became pitch black. Cody Eldred was the race leader when the caution flew due to these issues. And here he is in the 14, looking to pick up another win and become the first multi-winner here in the OP Racing season. And I think not only is he after a win for the fact that it'll be win number 2, but I think he would like to pick up another full-length race win. You know, no driver wants to win a race under shortened conditions, but a win's a win, and you'll take them any way you can get them.
Yeah, going home with the checkered flag is never a bad feeling, but it does feel a lot better when it goes the full distance.
Ooh, we got the Burger King machine stepping out of line there. That is Brandon Beckrow in the 104.
I've seen that from a handful of cars tonight. Oh, little contact, big wreck
contact.
Here.
Dwayne Cooper,
2 cars.
Jacob Sayers. They have spun down below the racing surface. No caution coming out. If race control is going to deem this caution worthy, they will throw the caution, but for the most part it is iRacing controlled. But Jacob Sayers and Dwayne Cooper getting together there and not quite able to separate. However, it looks like minimal damage on the 39. Big old chunk of damage on the 00. They got 7 laps before the end of the stage. They're going to need to hook up here and try and ride this out to hit the end of the stage.
Yeah, I think you've got to stay on track in that situation. They were able to keep it straight and go through the grass. Surprising they were missed by the rest of the field, so good job of everybody else from avoiding them. And like you said, you've got to stay out here, get in the nose to tail with just those 2 and see if they can stay on the lead lap with just a few laps left in this stage.
So no caution coming out. That is going to cause these guys to have to work to get caught back up. Probably use a fast repair if they can make it to the end of the stage. But right now, Alex Green, Cody Ober, they are leading the charge here out front in this Omni Feed 250. Cody Ober in the 8. On the inside, got some help from the 7 of Josh Milam as they're going to push down this back straightaway. Gets a good run into turn number 3. Alex Green in the 15. He's on the outside. Ooh, as the 7's going to bounce up. Get very close to DJ Mitzel. No contact there, but that was a big moment. Both drivers keeping their cool, though. And we are still under green as we got 5 laps to go here in this stage.
Yeah, still a big pack side by side, just about 5 or 6 rows deep. And then a handful of cars following in the outside lane there, giving them just a handful, a little more momentum. Alex Green pulls back out ahead, going down the back straightaway here into turn 3.
Green with a good bit of charge into turn number 3, but Cody Ober is going to fight right back on the inside. This stage is winding down, and we could see another repeat of stage 1 where it's Alex Green and Cody Ober coming to the start-finish line battling for the win.
And we heard Cody Ober say he preferred that outside line. He finds himself on the bottom here. He's going to have to make it work where he's at unless he's going to be able to put his car up in that outside spot.
We do have the lap, or the last car on the lead lap. That is the 46 of Kelly Milam. This is going to be a tight squeeze here as Kelly Milam's going to have to find somewhere to go, and this 2-wide lead pack is going to have to find a way around him.
Looks like the 46 is going to stay high up towards the wall.
Oh, the 46 and the 16 make contact. Josh Milam's going to go around, and he's going to slide through the pit. Josh Milam going to lose a lot of ground here.
Keeps it straight through the grass. He's back up on track.
Josh Milam going to go from second car on the inside lane all the way down to 16th place. David McCullough hitting pit road in the 2. We got several cars onto pit road as they make a stage strategy call here. Derek Conley in the 28, one of those as well. But right now, your race leader is Alex Green as he is pulled down in front of Cody Ober.
Yeah, the two strongest cars looking so far this race, now nose to tail. Alex Green still out front. That 61 creeping up on the side now of Cody Ober. He's going to see if he can challenge for the stage win.
All our cars that made the pit stops, they're going to get a lap down here, but they can stay out. And they have made their decision. They've made their bed. Now they got to lie in it. Alex Green in the 15, he's coming up to being empty on fuel. He's got to make it a lap and a half here. We'll see if he can do that. He has been out front for the majority of this stage. Alex Green has led 12 laps. Still Cody Ober with the most laps led at 22. But these two hooking up, getting together here for the end of the stage, could be a last lap push to get Alex Green a stage win. Alex Green needing all the points he can get.
Yeah, and since he's been out front, no chance to save gas here, so it'll be interesting to see if he's able to get that 15 machine all the way to the end of the stage.
It is going to be very, very close. Not only to the end of the stage, but will he be able to make it back around to his pit stall? But here comes DJ Mitzel and Todd Poston on the outside lane. This is for the end of the stage. Alex Green, DJ Mitzel. Those is your front runners here on the inside and outside. Here they come.
He's out of gas. He's out of gas.
Alex Green out of fuel. DJ Mitzel gonna pick it up.
Runs out of fuel coming to the line. That is exactly what I was afraid of there. Caught that bottom lane up.
DJ Mitzel gonna win stage number 2. And I'll tell you, Alex Green did everything he needed to do except for have enough fuel in the tank. And these drivers did a great job of avoiding any incidents while that happened. We have seen 2 spectacular stage finishes here.
I'm not certain the 15, he's still rolling, but we'll have to see if he's able to make it back through to the pits.
We'll see if we can get DJ Mitzel in to give us a quick word. DJ Mitzel, this is KR and Steve up in the broadcast booth. You got your ears on, bud?
Yeah, I do.
DJ, stage win number 2. Congratulations on that. Man, no words describe the racing out there so far. How's it feeling for you?
It's feeling pretty good. Kind of a fuel run there for me, trying to get back to pit road. Hopefully I make it. Yeah, we had a lap car on the outside, and I got real tight coming off of the turn there and got into him. It got a little crazy there.
Well, DJ, I don't have a whole lot to ask you, but I know Steve Baker has a few questions, so I'm going to let him take it away.
Okay, shoot.
DJ, we've seen you there hanging on the outside, like you said, getting around that lap car. Great job of keeping it straight. How are you handling the bumps? How are you handling the close side-by-side racing here tonight? We've seen you on that outside lane a lot. Do you prefer the top over the bottom lane?
Yeah, for sure. I like the top lane. It's a lot less bumpy up there. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get down pit road here. Yeah, it's a lot smoother. I feel like we can get a lot of big runs going down the straightaways on the outside. So,
well, you've done a great job on that top lane. You've got the stage win. Good luck to you the rest of the way, and hopefully we'll see you back here in Victory Lane.
All right, thanks a lot.
That was DJ Mitzel, our stage winner. Looks like DJ's going to be taking 4 tires here. Hopefully we didn't get him a penalty this week for giving him an interview. Maybe he's hammering out some of the damage that he had on the right front of that thing. Aspen Belvin in the 84 pulling away from his pit stall. And Todd Poston in the 30 machine. He's going to be the first one off of pit road after a 2-tire stop. So guys, we're going to step away for a quick minute. We'll be right back after this.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the end of our stage, or at the end of the rest of the stages. It is time to go green flag racing once again, as the lights are on the pace car for one more time. The field not quite set just yet, as they're gonna have to cycle around, and then we will go green flag racing. Right now, Squirmin' Herman in the 71 machine, your race leader. Herman looking to pick up his second win of the season, and that will be a spectacular feat, as this league has proven very difficult to be a multiple winner. We very rarely see a two-time winner. Almost always it's a different winner. And I'll tell you, Rick Sebren's in the 4. He's looking for his first win of the season, and he is going to be very stout, very hard to compete with, as he is on that inside line right here for the restart. Squirmin' Herman in the 71 choosing the outside lane. Row number 2 going to be made up of the 62 of Les Levy and the 95 of James Mayer. Mayer going to be a rookie here in this league, making his first appearance here in that 95 machine.
Yeah, and Rick Sebren's, we saw him at the end of that first stage, given such a great push in the second row. He's going to have a chance in the front row this time. He's looked to have a strong car so far, and like you said, Stephen Herman won the last time we were here at 2007 Daytona, so he knows how to get it done here at this track as well.
Field working its way off of turn number 4. Field all set up. We are getting ready to go green flag racing for our final stage. Pace car getting ready to peel off. There it goes. Stephen Herman on the loud pedal along with Rick Sebren's. Sebren's going to get through the gearbox cleanly and get a nose out in front of Herman. The 95 of James Mayer not on the back bumper of Herman. Those guys are losing some ground, but they're going to form up here down this backstretch and charge right back.
Yeah, Rick Sebren's finds himself out front, but Stephen Herman coming back on that outside lane with steam. It's out front. He's being pushed by the 95 of James Mayer.
Side by side through 3 and 4. You know what, guys? It's been a minute. Why don't we go ahead and crank it up for you? And right as we go to crank it up, we're going to end up with our first caution flag flying for a car getting out of shape, and that is the 14 of Cody Eldred. We're going to back this up, go to our MaxSpeedTV replay, figure out what happened to the 14 machine, as Cody Eldred working alongside the 104 of Brandon Beckrow. Contact being made as it looked like a bumper hook happening to the 14 machine. Cody Eldred getting hooked by McCullough here as they went through the tri-oval. And that will bring out our first caution, as I said, for a yellow flag, or a car spinning. Been a great race so far. We are working our third caution now. The first 2 cautions were stage cautions. We do have 43 laps to go, 30 lead changes. Right now, Cody Ober has led the most laps with 22 laps led. Your current race leader is the 71 of Squirmin' Herman, as the pace car has caught up to him. And Steve Baker, what have you been thinking of this race so far? I know this is your first time here joining me in the booth. Glad to have you here. But as a newcomer to this league, what are you seeing?
What I'm seeing is some great finishes. I mean, we've had a 3-wide finish for the end of stage 1, a fuel mileage finish for the end of stage 2, and that's really just got me excited to see what's going to happen when this thing finally gets to lap 100 and what kind of moves people are going to make to win this race. I mean, we've seen what they'll do to win a stage, so I'm sure the excitement's going to get ramped up to 11 here coming to the end of this race.
11 is about how I would describe it. maybe 11.5.
One thing I wouldn't be surprised to see here, and I'll go check, is a handful of cars pitting, because we're almost to lap 60. We've got around 20 laps of fuel, and we do see a lot of cars on pit road here. They stop here, they can make it probably on one more stop. Whereas if we would have gone green with no caution there, we might have had to have 2 stops. So, a little strategy call here from a lot of cars.
Squirm and Herman, your race leader. Rick Sebren's in second. James Mayer is third as a rookie. And I'll tell you, he's going to be one to watch, that James Mayer. Les Levy in the 62 right now. He's sitting in fourth. And Scott Bellum in the 07 rounds out your top 5 right here on Max Speed TV for the Omni Feed and Supply 250 at the Daytona 2007. Guys, we're going to step away for a quick minute. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. We're at the Omni Feed Supply 250 with Stephen Herman And Rick Sebren's on your front row getting ready to take us back green after the first caution of the race or incident. Been a heck of a race so far, KR. What you think?
Man, I'll tell you what, it has been a great race so far. Stephen Herman going to be leading this field down to the green flag. And on his outside will be Rick Sebren's Les Levy making up row number 2. And James Mayer on his outside. Here we go. Green flag is out. Les Levy in the 62 going to get a tire spin there. And he sorts it out as these guys are going to send it off into turn number 1 as they are looking for all they can get. We do need to do a little bit of housekeeping here. Several of these drivers hit pit road, but our top 4, Steve, how many drivers stayed out?
Not sure on the exact count, but it looked to be a pretty good split. I would say at least 8 drivers or so stayed out there, including your front runners. A handful of guys came on pit road twice. Given that the fuel run is around 20 laps, so they pitted around lap 59, 60 to see if they could make this on one more stop. You got a handful of guys who can't make it on one more stop, so they're going to have to see a caution fall to make it. So we'll see how that plays out for the kind of split section of drivers who made the decision to pit and those who didn't.
Rick Sebren's in the 4, hugging that yellow line as he is charging to the front here. He's got the 95 Mayer behind him as they work their way down the backstretch. Here comes the 71 of Stephen Herman with a big shove from the 62 of Les Levy.
We've got the 42 making it 3 wide on the outside. He's passed about 3 cars on that top side.
That 42 machine all by himself right now. That is Chris McCullough. He is on a lap down charge trying to get back to the lead lap. And he has got no help, and he has decided that he is just going to do it all by himself. Right now, man, a very spirited drive by McCullough, but as is often the case, man, these guys get out front, and he's going to do it. He is going to get a great run down this back straight. Let's see if he can find a way to be one of these lead cars, as he has not had any help to do this, as he has charged that 42 machine straight to the front. Now he is the first car 1 lap down. Do want to point out that Alex Green has recovered 1 of his 2 laps that he lost after he ran out of fuel coming to the end of the stage 2. Dwayne Cooper also scored a lap down, and Cody Eldred, who went for a spin and brought out our most recent caution, he is 2 laps down.
Yeah, what a drive up to the outside by that 42 machine attempting to get his lap back. He's stuck in behind the 71 of Stephen Herman now, giving him a push.
He is shoving that 71 machine to the race lead, and I am willing to bet that 42 wants to be out front. Now he's not going to be able to pull away due to the restrictor plates on this thing. But if he doesn't have to be the free pass, the wave around car, if he gets his lap back the hard way, man, that's going to do a great bit of good for him, because he can start as a regular car and not as a car at the tail end of the longest line.
Yeah, that would be a huge feat for him to do, and one that's rarely seen. I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen anyone get their lap back the hard way here at Daytona. If they do, it's very rare. And he's got the space. He's going to duck down in front of the 4. And now a lap down car is at the lead of the field.
Chris,
Big
oh,
wreck.
contact. He is going to get that yellow. He needs Josh Milam going around. DJ Mitzel, the back of the pack, getting collected here. Big
Still
pile
wrecking.
up.
Still wrecking.
DJ Mitzel, a stage winner, getting caught up in this. He is up in smoke right now. Josh Durham crab walking like crazy. Josh Milam also hurting. Cody Ober, who was our first stage winner, got a piece of that. He is back rolling. We're gonna back this up go to our instant replay here.
DJ Mitchell gets into the 7 machine.
DJ Mitchell in the 61, Josh Milam in the 7, Cody Ober in the 00. That was the caution that the 42 needed, as it looks like I backed this up just a little too far. I'm gonna have to ride around here for just a minute. But Dwayne Cooper in the 00, he was making a charge to the front as well, inspired by the 42 of Chris McCullough. We see the 42 drop down. We see the 61, and the 46 gets into the wall. That is gonna upset the 61, and then Josh Milam's gonna get hooked. And then everyone piling in behind them with nowhere to go. Big crash there, but man, as we go back live, as drivers have hit pit road here, the 4 of Rick Seabrans, the 71, the 95, all these guys on pit road, that is a huge, huge boost to the 42 of Chris McCullough, as he was the lead car of the pack. He had his lap back the hard way. What a drive by the 42.
Yeah, an incredible drive, and what a way for it to pay off. I mean, he jumped out to the outside, took it 3 wide, and passed just about the entire field, got to the lead, and just as he did that, the caution popped. He got his lap back. What a performance there to get back on the lead lap. One of the best drives I've seen in a while on a super speedway.
Rick Seabrans' first car off of pit road. I might have to take that back. It looks like David Overstreet is going to be the first one off of pit road. In the 02, Cody Eldred in the 14, trying to get one of his laps back, waiting for the waiver round from the pace car. So guys, while these guys cycle around, we're going to step away for a quick minute, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the field is coming around to go back green flag racing once again. Two teammates on the front row for this restart, Derek Conley and Kelly Milam, FSR drivers, as they are working their way down the backstretch here at Daytona for the Omni Feed Supply 250. What a race this has been so far. 4 cautions here tonight. 2 of them have been for stages. We got 30 laps to go in this thing. Kelly Milam, we haven't got to talk a lot about him, but he is a front runner in this league consistently, and he is starting to show his power here in that 46. Derek Conley in the 28 has not been up front yet here tonight. Now here he is as we get close to the end of this thing. He's a front runner, a contender for the lead here, or for the win, I should say. And meanwhile, our stage winners, Cody Ober and DJ Mitzel, getting caught up in issues. Green flag is out, and we are back underway as Derek Conley gonna get a huge head of steam, and the 95 of James Mayer gonna try and track him down.
Yeah, great restart there from the 28. 46 was laying back just a little bit and didn't get on it at the same time, but now he's got a huge run, pulls back to the inside of the 28. Kelly Milam looking to have the lead going down the back straightaway, but the 28 pulls right back up beside him.
The field side by side, many rows deep, as they have been all night long. We are getting to the end of this race, so drivers' patience probably wearing out. Drivers' sense of urgency getting higher and higher. So we're going to see how this is going to play out. Been a tremendous race, and it is not going to sell itself short here tonight. Nobody go anywhere. If you have a race winner in mind, go ahead and choose them now. And I'll tell you, I can't decide who's going to win this thing. I've been watching them from the beginning, and I don't have a darn clue.
Yeah, there's been 6 to 8 drivers, I would say, that have been very strong tonight. A handful of them up right now in the front, and really it's anyone's race to win, I think. Still 1 pit stop left to go for fuel mileage wise, and anybody's guess when they're going to take that. My guess is it's going to definitely be after lap 80.
Nobody can make it on fuel from here, so we will, as you said, see at least 1 pit stop. It's just a matter of when they're going to hit that pit stop, how it's all going to play out. So much to decide here in these coming few laps. But right now, Kelly Milam in the 46, Derek Conley in the 28. Those are your 2 lane leaders. Both of those are fuel sim racing drivers. Teammates, if you will. Derek Conley got a bit of a lead now on Milam, but he is not going to drop down in front of him. He's going to stay on that high side, as he has got some good help behind him in that 95 of Mayer. Mayer doing a great job here in his rookie race, getting promoted from the feeder series and doing a great job at showing that he belongs here on Monday night. And if you guys would like to join their feeder series, get your chance at being broadcasted on Monday night, hit the link provided down below in the YouTube description of the OP Racing League. We'd love to have you out here. Come on down.
We've got a few viewers making their bets right now. We've got 1 call for the 95 of the rookie James Mayer. He's sitting in 4th position right now. We've got 1 call for Travis Elliott in the 51 machine, sitting in 6th.
Travis Elliott would be one to keep an eye on. The wild card there for sure is that 95, as this is his first race with the league. Gonna be interesting to see where he can finish tonight's race. So far though, I've been impressed with him. He's kept that car clean. He's kept his nose out of trouble. He's got a good eye and feel for the air around him. and he has been up front and solid contender all night long.
Yeah, James Mayer in the 95 Pepsi machine started the race in 17th, but since then, like you said, he's made his way up front, looking strong with about 25 laps to go.
Side by side through the tri-oval, these guys are starting to wiggle around and snake a little bit, starting to push a little bit more on those back bumpers. They're going to start using their front bumper as a, well, let's just call it what it is, get out of my way. It is about to ramp up here in the next few laps. We are going to see some drivers who have not pitted yet try and break away from pit road a little bit sooner than a majority of the rest of the field. It's just going to be a matter of time. Oh, we got contact in the back. Chris McCullough in the 42, he's part of it.
Believe that might have started with the 11 machine getting into the wall, forcing a few cars to go low.
Chase Berry in the 11 as we go to our replay here. Berry with a great run on the outside there, does get into the wall. The 42 and the 2 make contact, the 14 involved. Oh man, I would hate to be race control when I see that, because the 11 of Chase Berry is in the wall. People take reaction or action to try and avoid what was going on, and they're going to make contact. Josh Durham in the 88 involved, the 42 getting a piece of it, unfortunately. Chris McCullough, Alex Green in the 15, he's got a slight chunk missing off of him. We're going to go on board with the 15 machine of Alex Green. You see the accident happening. Chase Berry getting the wall. 42 going around. Josh Durham getting involved. Alex Green shutting it down before he is anywhere near it.
Great job by Alex Green there to get his car slowed down, and such little time to react here with these cars flying around the corner at 190 miles an hour.
Race off of pit road. Derek Conley in the 28. Looks like he is gonna beat the 95 of James Mayer.
And big move here. 15 machine from Alex Green getting his lap back, so I believe he's gonna be back on the lead lap. Saw him out front a lot early on in this race.
Alex Green losing a couple laps here as he made a huge gamble trying to make it to the end of stage number 2. Ran out of fuel probably about 500 feet before he made it to the end of the thing. Backed the inside lane up a little bit. Had to take a tow truck to get back to his pit stall. Put him 2 laps down, but here he is now, looking like he has managed to get those 2 laps back, and will be on the lead lap for this restart.
I see a bunch of cars come to pit road here. You might see a bunch of cars come twice that they could maybe make it to the end. Everyone's staying out so far, actually.
So we got
Cody Ober on pit road.
We got a few split strategies. Cody Ober hitting pit road here in the 8. That 8 machine looking a little tore up. Our stage 1 winner and our pole sitter. He just used his 1 fast repair. If you don't know, this league does offer 1 fast repair here on the super speedways, and Cody Ober just used it I'll tell you what, if he made it this far and only had to use it just now on lap 79, it's been a good race for him so far.
Yeah, definitely. You got to pick and choose when to use it. A few other notable names on pit road. The 15, Alex Green, makes a stop. 8 of Cody Over, like we said, and the 11 machine. Also on pit road, Chase Berry.
Chase Berry in the 11, last week's race winner. That 11 machine got caught up into the outside wall. Going through 3 and 4 caused a little bit of a reaction.
We've got the field coming to lap 80 this time by. Gonna be cutting it close again for fuel. I mean, we might see a few guys go back down pit road to get as much fuel as possible. Possibly make it on fuel and not have to stop again.
I gotta believe, and I'm going to believe, that the drivers who have pitted under this caution are gonna be able to make it to the end of this thing. Derek Conley in the 28, of the drivers who hit pit road, he's the first car out there. Jacob Sayers in 3rd, Travis Elliott in 2nd, and Aspen Belvin in 1st. They all stayed out. I know they're going to need help from cautions to make it to the end of this thing. May not even have enough with that caution help. But man, if this thing stays green, Derek Conley is in a good position, as he is the first car off of pit road making a pit stop. I think he's got enough fuel to make it to the end of this thing.
Yeah, and we've got a bunch of other cars that just made stops. Ernie Williams Jr., Lynn McNeese, Chris McCullough, Kenneth McCullough Jr., and David McCullough, Cody Leavitt, and DJ Mitzel, all coming off pit road.
I do want to point out, we right now have 25 cars on the lead lap. 2 cars are out of the race. That is the 88 of Josh Durham and the 14 of Cody Eldred. They have packed it up. They have gone behind the wall for this event. An unfortunate exit, an early ending for these guys, but Aspen Belvin and the 84 gonna be your control car for this restart, with the 51 of Travis Elliott on his outside, Derek Conley in the 28 machine, and Jacob Sayers in the 39 making up row number 2. Here we go. Pace car is off. Aspen Belvin getting onto the throttle. He's got to get through the gearbox cleanly, and does that, but Travis Elliott in the 51 gonna start pulling him as they head into turn number 1.
Aspen Belvin with a little bit of a gap between him and his car behind him that's pushing him. Travis Elliott got a little bit more help, and you see him pull out to a slight lead as they go through 1 and 2.
Onto the backstretch they go. Eyes forward, eyes looking at the rearview mirror. These drivers all know it is go time. 20 laps to go. Derek Conley in the 28 making a move to the inside here. Conley with a pit stop of 4, or I should say 2 tires and fuel, full tank of fuel. Here he goes.
To the outside, the 51, Travis Elliott, looking to regain the lead. This time by, I think it's going to be Travis Elliott.
Elliott on the outside, Conley on the inside. Conley has help from the 84 of Aspen Belvin. Todd Poston pushing the 51 for all he's worth. Side by side, as this field has been for the majority of the race, these drivers now starting to mix it up. The 7 of Josh Milam, we saw him going airborne not too many laps ago, having to use a fast repair, staying on the lead lap. Here he is trying to recover. Right now he's sitting in 13th place. We're gonna go on board with the 7 machine, as Milam is doing what he can to get through this field. Looking at the back bumper of old D-Coop, Dwayne Cooper. If you guys don't know, Dwayne Cooper puts on a heck of a pre-race show on Facebook, and he is also doing this race on a live stream on Facebook. That link is provided down below on the broadcast description here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that up. Tell him I sent you. He'll hate you for it.
Got 3 wide up front. The 07 machine of Scott Bellum making his way to the second row, trying to get himself to the front.
Well, guys, we got robbed of it earlier. Let's try it one more time. Let's do a little bit of crank it up.
Caution is out as we've got 2 cars off the racing surface. I'll take a brief moment to go check what just happened, but the caution drops once again here at Daytona.
The 62 of Les Levy, as he was charging through the middle here, he's going to make contact with the 84 of Aspen Belvin. Those two are going to go spinning to the infield here, and Aspen Belvin gonna slide back up in front of everyone, and I think that was the caution triggering deal. Race control said, oh man, Aspen's gonna create an issue, and yellow flag thrown there. We're gonna back this up one more time. We see the 84 and the 62 make contact coming off of turn 3 and 4, go spinning. Big moment there as the 84 did climb up above the yellow line. Man, though, to keep that situation to 2 cars, wow, that could have been a huge moment for Aspen Belvin as he came back up in front of everyone.
Yeah, for those cars to go spinning in the middle of the field and be able to stay out of the rest of everyone's way is a lucky break for the rest of the field. Not collect too many cars, and back underway here soon.
The 51 of Travis Elliott on pit road, along with the 39 of Jacob Sayers. Not very many of the drivers hitting pit road this time. This would be the caution that drivers like Derek Conley, Kelly Milam, Scott Bellum, all those guys would need to ensure that they can make it to the end from here. So if we stay green, those guys got enough fuel for sure. And oh, what a race this has been.
Yeah, quite a race of 2 tails. It almost feels like the first part of the race was nice and double wide, not too much craziness going on until the end of the stages, and everyone was given quite a bit of room. But as you saw there, we were 3 wide, almost 3 rows deep for a handful of laps, and man, what a job by these drivers to keep it straight that whole time.
Was a great series of events, and racing wise, only to be spoiled by 2 cars getting together And that's really all it takes. It's just a little bit of miscalculation. Especially here at Daytona, it's very easy to do as this track is very rough. We saw him go spinning through the infield into the pit inside wall. But the race has been nothing short of spectacular. Been an awesome experience here. Steve, I can't tell you how glad I am that you joined me for this. Overall, I'm gonna say I've enjoyed you up here, but this thing isn't over yet. Are you gonna be able to hang on to the finish?
Yeah, I think we've still got quite a bit of action left in this one. With how exciting those stage finishes were, I think we've still got quite a treat for us at the end of this one. A bunch of drivers still in contention to win, and a bunch of fast cars still out there. It's been one heck of a race to watch, and can't wait to see this thing wrap up and see who comes out of here with a checker flag.
Right now we're looking at 13 laps to go. We still have, I think we still have all 25 cars on the lead lap that are out there running. 2 cars have packed up and gone behind the wall. That is the 88 of Josh Durham, the 14 of Cody Eldred. As the official pace car is out there with its lights on, Kelly Milam is your race leader. Cody Ober has the most laps led at 22. Alex Green with 13 laps led. Squirmin' Herman himself has led for 9 laps. And this race has been nothing short of lead changes, as we have 41 lead changes registered here tonight. We are working our 4th caution. I think that number's a bit wrong, but we do have 13 laps to go.
Yeah, 13 laps to go. You've got Kelly Milam in the lead here. He's in the standings, only 2 points back of Jacob Sayers for the lead in the point standings. So he comes out of here tonight with a win. He could take over the points lead.
Jacob Sayers did come in as the points leader. He is all the way back in 22nd currently. But Jacob Sayers has a way about him that he can find a way to the front. He's got 12 laps right now. When the green flag flies, we'll have 11 laps to go. I would keep an eye on Jacob Sayers. He's got a good shot here at gaining several spots. But the one right now that I really want to watch, man, Kelly Milam's going to be hard to pass in that 46. He's going to make that car wide, and he's going to be tough, especially with that teammate he's got behind him, Derek Conley, in the 28.
And one thing I've noticed here the past few runs is that 3rd lane really has a tremendous amount of speed. It's just very, very difficult to keep it up there and keep it off the wall. I've seen a few cars attempt it after the 42 of Chris McCullough made that incredible run to get his lap back. A few cars I've seen that have tried to hang it out on that 3rd lane and make their way through the field only to be collected by the wall and slow them back down. But don't be surprised to see someone else try it because it's definitely shown some speed throughout this race.
All right, folks, here we go. Lights are out on the pace car. Kelly Milam, Scott Bellum making up row number 1, row 2, Derek Conley and Todd Poston. Here we go. Could be the final restart of the race. Green flag is out. We're back underway. And the Omni Feed 250, several cars spinning their tires throughout that lineup. But they all get it sorted and everyone back to racing. They're going to send it off into turn number 1. But right now, it looks like Scott Bellum has the lead on the field.
Yeah, Scott Bellum with a great start there. Him in the 46 of Kelly Milam, even almost coming out of turn 2. Got one car dropped to the apron. We're 3 wide now, about 4 rows deep in the field. We got the 104 dropping back just a little bit.
Drivers looking for every inch of space they can find. Chris McCullough in the 42 gonna force it 3 wide as he makes a little bit of contact with the 95. They all get it sorted, but look at this shot as they are all coming right at you. You can see these drivers all scattering for inches. And that 42 machine, he is all by himself in that third lane, and he is charging up through the field.
He's done it once this race, looking to do it again. The 42 machine of Chris McCullough trying to make that outside lane work. He passed the entire field doing it earlier in the race, looking to take over the lead again.
He's going to lose a little bit of ground as they are going to cut him off, but he's going to get a great run down the back straightaway here. Todd Poston in front of him. He is going to check up a little bit, and that is going to break his momentum that he had there.
Yeah, and with that outside lane bunching up, the 28 machine of Derek Conley is going to take a big lead. He's got 2 cars pushing him, but to his outside, Kenneth McCullough Jr., that 89 Hooters machine.
Oh man, the way these guys are going at it, we are not far from another yellow, as the 42 is going to tuck in here right in front of the 2 machine. Chris McCullough in the 42, David McCullough in the 2. So a family grouping there. Those are family members, teammates working together. That got the 42 in line. But man, I'll tell you what, that third lane really working very well for the 42. He just needs a little bit of help every now and then, and not many people are willing to brave it.
Yeah, it's just so risky to be on that top side and try to make the pass with such little room and how bumpy this track is. You've got all these cars bouncing around in the corners, and it really only takes one misstep for you to hit the wall and be done.
Side by side, Kenneth McCullough, Derek Conley for the race lead. These guys going at it here to be the race winner. 8 laps to go as they have an epic 3-wide battle going on behind them, and McCullough in the 89 is going to drop down in front of Derek Conley with some help from Kelly Milam. Josh Milam in the wall in the 7.
Wrecking in the back of the field, no caution yet.
Josh Milam in the 7. Oh, and he's going to make contact with the 51. Travis Elliott in the 51 going around here. No caution, and there is the caution. What a series of events that has led to this caution flag flying, and we have just enough laps that we may see a 1-lap shootout. But we're gonna have to go to our replay here and see what happened as we go on board with the 51 of Travis Elliott. You see Josh Milam spinning. Milam on the brakes here. Just gonna unfortunately come sliding back up into the 51. Gonna back this up one more time and watch what happens to Josh Milam in the 7. Chase Berry getting a piece of it. Milam going up on the 2 wheels. Wow. Whew. Steve, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't have words for right now.
The aggression level is ramped up for sure here at the end of this race. Should still see a shootout at the end. Still should have enough laps to go back green here. So the excitement is definitely not over. But I feel like if you're one of the top 4 cars, you've got to be liking where you're sitting right now, given that there's going to be limited laps left in this race.
The 89, Kenneth McCullough, your race leader. Kelly Milam in the 46, sitting in 2nd. Derek Conley in 3rd. The 46 and the 28 teammates. Kenneth McCullough in the 89, he doesn't have a teammate until he gets all the way back to the 42 machine in 8th place. That is Chris McCullough. And Chris McCullough doing a spectacular job working that third lane. But we've mentioned how dangerous it is. And man, it's a huge gamble to be up there. But that 42, he's taken that gamble time and time again, and it seems to have been working for him.
Yeah, I think out of anyone who's tried that top side, the 42 has definitely made it work the best. Not sure if there's enough time left to hang it out on the top side, given the amount of laps left, but I'm sure we're going to see a bunch of cars scramble to try and make a win happen for their team tonight with the next green flag drop.
5 laps to go right now. These drivers very anxious to get back out there. Drivers who have made a pit stop here. The 51 of Travis Elliott, Squirmin Herman in the 71, DJ Mitchell in the 61. On the pit road still is the 7 of Josh Milam, very possibly done for the night here after a great run going for him. That 7 machine seen its share of excitement, more than I'm sure the crew would enjoy to talk about. But Kelly Milam in the 46 representing the Fuel Sim Racing team. Derek Conley as well, sitting second and third. It's now up to them to carry that FSR banner, as Josh Milam very possibly done for the night.
Taking a look at the winners from this season, it seems like top 6 or so cars in this race, none of which have a win so far this season, I believe. So someone's going to be walking home with a trophy tonight for the first time.
Very possibly could be a first-time winner. And I mentioned it earlier, this OP Racing Super Speedway Series, every race we've broadcasted has not had a repeat winner in the season. It's been very difficult to become a repeat winner here. And wow, anything could happen here. The lights are still on the pace car. 4 laps to go. I believe the lights will go out this time around. That is going to give us a 2-lap shootout to the end of this thing.
Yeah, and that no repeat winners just goes to show you the amount of talent in this field. We've seen a ton of different drivers up front tonight, and heck of a race, and still an exciting finish coming up.
I don't know about you, Steve, but words are getting hard to describe this race. It has been really just a nail biter from the drop of the green flag here on lap 1. Now we're down to 4 laps to go of this 100 lap event, and we have seen some great racing side by side. We saw some spectacular duels to the finish of first stage 1, then stage 2, almost a battle of wills to be the first one across the start finish line. All of that to now come down to a 2-lap shootout.
Yeah, and you look at that, we've got both the stage winners a little further back in the pack, and like I said earlier, it's almost been a tale of 2 different races. It shows you just why all of these drivers took it so much easier in the first part of this race, because when you get 3 wide and whatnot here at 07 Daytona, it can just go badly quick.
Very quickly turning against you, but that is Daytona 07 in a nutshell. Even if you're just trying to follow somebody and ride along with them, you catch a bump wrong, and it could upend your night very quickly here. But Kenneth McCullough in the 89, the control car for this restart, he has elected the outside line. Kelly Milam in the 46 is going to be restarting on the inside. That has put him in cahoots with his teammate, the 28 of Derek Conley. But Kenneth McCullough not without a strong pusher in the 07 of Scott Bellum. That's going to be an interesting dichotomy as these two lanes and front two rows are going to try and work together here. Who's going to come out on top? Pace car getting ready to peel off. Here we go. Final restart. Final 2 laps of the race. Green flag is out. Kelly Milam and Kenneth McCullough side by side as they go through the trioval here for this restart. Down into turn number 1, the inside line with a good bit of momentum.
Green, white checkered to finish this race off. The 46 takes a good lead. Way clean of the outside line, but the 89 machine of Kenneth McCullough going to try and fight back to keep himself up front.
The 28, the 46, pushing for all they're worth. So is the 07 and the 89. Oh, and the 28 is going to turn the 46. The 15's going around. Caution flag is going to fly. The 89 of Kenneth McCullough is going to win this thing under yellow. Much mayhem, destruction, chaos going on. They are still crashing as I saw DJ Mitzel trying to get it saved. It looks like he straightens it out. But that is going to be the race, and the 89 is going to be your race winner. We're going to back this up and go to our MaxSpeedTV replay. That is not how teammates wanted this thing to end. Oh my goodness. Gonna try this a little bit more. Wow, what
looks like just slight contact there between the 28 and 46 on the entry to 3, and just it's the 46 upset.
We're gonna go on board with Cody Ober for this one. See the contact happening, the 46 trying to do all he can. Wow, just absolute mayhem and destruction in front as everyone is trying to bring this thing home. And checkered flag waving as the 89 of Kenneth McCullough gonna be your race winner here tonight. Second place going to Scott Bellum, and third place going to Chris McCullough in the 42. How about that? How important was that 42's drive to get back on the lead lap?
Yeah, absolutely a huge move by Chris McCullough to take it 3 wide, get his lap back. Just shows you taking that risk is sometimes worth the payoff as he comes out of here with a podium finish.
All right, guys, we're going to step away, set up our post-race show, and we'll be right back for our interviews with our top 3. Nobody go anywhere.
And we're back here for the post-race show here at Daytona with Scott Bellum in the 07. Came up second tonight, started ninth. Tell us about your race.
Just tried to stay patient for most of the race. Got a little sketchy there about 3/4 of the way through. We ran a couple laps 3 wide. I figured I might just stay in it and see where I come out at.
Yeah, I said a number of times throughout the broadcast that this race from lap 1 to lap 50 almost looked completely different from lap 51 to the end. A lot less aggression in the early stages. We did see some aggression on those stage finishes, and then towards the end, those last 30-40 laps, really the excitement and the aggression got ramped up quite a bit. Tell us how you made it through and were able to keep the car clean and make it to the finish.
It was just a matter of just being patient. Like I said, I got hung up in the 3 wide there once. I think I got tapped once or twice in the rear. Probably took a little bit of damage, but it all worked out pretty well. Just, I mean, this is a major chess match at 200 mile an hour, so it's just a matter of making sure you're in the right spot.
Yeah, major chess match it is, and the biggest thing that you see here at the old Daytona, apart from Talladega and the new Daytona, is the bumpiness in the track and being ready for those bumps. How difficult was it in those 3 wide conditions to compensate for how rough the track is here?
The bottom lane is really bumpy, and when you're in the middle, it's a matter of just hoping everybody gives you enough room and maintaining your line. If you get down on the bottom, you're bouncing around and sliding a little bit, and the top gets a little sketchy when you get close to the wall.
Yeah, definitely a lot of close battles there with a bunch of 3 wides. Heck of a job keeping it clean. Heck of a job bringing it home second place tonight. Anybody out there you want to thank?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that helps run OP. They do an awesome job. This league is getting to be really, really good. Also to my teammates at Imperial Motorsports, Online Outlaws, and that's about it.
Well, thanks for coming up and chatting with us. Again, congrats on the second place finish, and look to see you back out here next week.
All right, thanks, Steve.
Scott Bellum in the 07 machine, and comes home with a second place finish. KR.
Oh man, I'll tell you what a race this was. Absolutely insane from start to finish. We saw spectacular stage battles for stage 1 and stage 2. Stage 3, the battle to the finish. Things got a little bit crazy, but Steve, as a driver, you got to start going at that point.
Yeah, there's a certain point in the race where you just can't ride anymore, and that point definitely came tonight. The aggression, like I said, got turned up quite a bit, and Kenneth McCullough Jr. coming out with the win tonight in that 89 machine. Hung out, qualified, and started this race in 21st, and was able to come out with the win. That shows you it doesn't matter really where you start in the field on these super speedways, that you're patient enough and you play the right games that you can come out of here with a win.
Well, guys, it was a spectacular race, and our results are the only thing we got left to go through. And your race winner is the 89 at Kenneth McCullough. Scott Bellum finishing second. Third place is Chris McCullough. Unfortunately, we could not get a word in with the McCulloughs. However, Scott Bellum able to give us his insight and post-race interview. Congratulations to our top 3 finishers. In 4th place was Todd Poston. 5th place, Jacob Sayers. If I recall, I said keep an eye on that 39. He's going to find a way to the front. Here he is, finishing in 5th place. And 6th is going to go to D. Coop, old Dwayne Cooper. 7th, our rookie, James Mayer. 8th, going to be Ernie Williams Jr. in the 91. 9th will be Rick Seabrans. And 10th place will be David McCullough. In 11th will be Chase Berry. 12th will be Cody Ober. 13th, Stephen Herman. DJ Mitchell will come home in 14th place. Cody Leavitt will be in 15th. 16th will be Les Levy. In 17th place will be the 51 of Travis Elliott. David Overstreet in the 02 machine will finish 18th. 19th will be Brandon Beckrow. And in 20th will be the 84 of Aspen Belvin.
Coming home 21st is going to be Lynn McNeese. In 22nd, it's going to be the 46 machine of Kelly Milam. Alex Green in that 15 Napa car going to come home a lap down in 23rd position. Derek Conley comes home 24th. Josh Milam, we saw him in that late race incident, is going to finish 25th. Joshua Durham in the 88 is 26th, and Cody Eldred in 27th to wrap up the field.
And as always, we want to give a huge shout out to Mark Vega in that one car. He was our in-race admin for tonight. So thank you very much, Mark Vega. Guys, thank you for joining us here on MaxSpeedTV and on Twitch. Make sure you join us once again tonight or tomorrow night at 7:50 p.m. Central. We look forward to having you all join us. Guys, have a great night and thank you so much. We'll see you next time.